Today in the livestock market, cattle did finally firm up. The futures did hold this level now. It's relative to the cash market. It finally kind of like caught up, and that's why we're holding this area. The fundamentals are still a little bit to the negative side, and I think that the prices are relatively consolidating, but we're holding steady right now, certainly before the on-feed report that's coming on Friday. So the market is still, kind of trying to get its act together to get to a fair value from where it's at. Still, it's important to know that the highest open interest in the options is at that 130 level, and we've got the CVOL for live cattle at 14.3%. Now, the feeders did rebound. The cash prices were expected to remain steady, and I think that kind of helped the market somewhat. That mini downtrend did get a little bit of a reversal today. So I think that is kind of the same as what's happening with live cattle. They kind of diverged yesterday, and I was worried about which way the market was going to go, but it did come back somewhat. Now, the packers are slow to kind of establish their bids, although the market was able to come back, and that's just important to see. Now, also take note that the highest open interest is still at the 160 level for October, November, and January options on those futures. So that's why we're seeing a little bit of divergence from these markets, but we're still hanging around that 160 level. Now, hogs were lower today. That cash and cutouts are struggling to find some support. But finally, we dropped a little bit lower and filled that gap that we had that was established back in September 27th from, that 77.20 to 79.25. I mean, it was that was such a big gap. But we finally got that filled. So let's see what happens tomorrow if we can get a little bit of reversal. The fundamentals are still pretty bullish right now. And dare I say that there is a teeny tiny little gap now at the upside, right at 81.15. It's almost, I almost hesitate to even mention it, but, technically speaking, these are the kind of things that will move the market when fundamentals or other news is not in there to drive the direction. But funds remain long, and tight supplies are, still an issue. With the CVOL is up 1% at 31.6%. So that just means there's a lot more activity in the market, and we'll see what happens tomorrow. But today it was a little bit lower.